Hello everyone, this is going to be my honest review about our Model 3 Highland, which we got exactly 1 year ago. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to click on the top right banner because I'm going to leave a post about that. But long story short, we went to the Netherlands to get this car to become our company test car so we can develop different items, different accessories for it. However, the car turned out to be so great, so we changed our old Model 3 and started driving this one every single day. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you the key differences between this model and the 2019 model. And if you're one of those people who is wondering, is it the right time to change? Is the difference so large? And how is this car handling to be driving every single day for the past 1 year? Maybe this video is gonna help you debate if the switch is for you or not. Now, there's too many videos online telling you everything you need to know about this car from inside and out, so I'm not going to spend too much time into detailing, but what I want to say is this. The car is great. The outside part, like the paint, is high quality, so nothing has been damaged throughout the entire year. When it comes to Tesla, everybody is scared about panel gap. The only thing I see it's on every Tesla is this little separation, which is not as even as on most vehicles, but it's nothing major. Now the new tail lights, they're also great. As you know, this one is a one solid unit compared to the old one, which are two separate ones. We went through this car with so many different weather conditions, snow, rain, even hail, and nothing was able to damage this vehicle. So I'm really happy how it stays. One thing I have as a question, how do you guys deal with this thing? I see that this always happens with Tesla. Not even sure if you can see it through the video here. It does some discoloration and it looks like a sticky glue part here, which you can never take this off. I wonder what do you do with your car so you never get this on your vehicle. But yeah, let's jump inside so we can talk a little bit more about the performance of this car, what I like about it, and I'm also going to tell you 3 things that I kind of do not like. I'm going to try to keep this video as brief as possible and tell you my main 3 reasons why I prefer this car in from the 2019 model. The number 1 thing is the noise isolation. This car is so quiet. When you drive it just for a day and then go back to the old model, you're gonna experience a huge difference when it comes to how little noise comes in from the outside in this vehicle. Now, I do not know exactly what Tesla did. I just know that all the windows are double glazed, and they also added specific materials in the door panels and the flooring which are minimizing the outside noise. Also, we're gonna post a video on this channel checking with professional tools what's the difference in decibels between this car and the older model, but I don't want to spoil anything, so make sure to stay subscribed to this channel because we're gonna post this video very soon. The second thing I like most about this car are the suspensions, and they're amazing. This car, when I drive it, first, every single bump is absorbed smoothly, but at the same time it still has this sporty feel as the Model 3 should have. And just because the panels are so well placed and everything is such a better quality, it feels like the car is feeling more rigid. Again, the old model is great. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Just the old one feels like it's gonna almost fall apart. Everything is shaking, everything is rattling. This one is stable. It's like all well built and put together. So definitely the suspension, including with the handling, makes a great experience when driving this car. And the third thing I mostly like about this car is the range, which is exceptional. Guys, this is a standard range car. The older model that we have and I've been driving daily is a performance car with a huge battery, and this one is the cheapest Tesla you can buy with only 60 kilowatt battery, which technically should go around 500 kilometers. Now, I've never been able to reach 500. However, if I drive with the speed limit, I've easily passed 400 numerous times. Now, the LFP battery is amazing because one, you can charge it fully almost every single day without worrying about degradation, compared to the older model, which you can, barely never charge to 100 because Tesla says that you shouldn't do it. And number 2, this car is extremely economical. Now, we live in a small country in Europe and we've done only 20,000 kilometers with this car, which is not that much, especially if you're from the States. However, for us, 20K, that's a pretty good number. We went from the Netherlands to Bulgaria, obviously. We also went to Germany, Austria, so many other places that we visited with this car, just so we can go and meet our community. And we never felt like the range is too small in this car. I actually never driven the long range version of this car, but I'm blown away from this one. I'm pretty sure if I go a little bit lower than the speed limit, I can easily reach to like 460, 480 kilometers on one single charge, which is tremendous already. But the long range model probably could get even close to 600. I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comment if you're a long range model owner, how much have you been doing with a full battery? Now, obviously, coming from a performance model, standard range is way slower. The acceleration is not the same. I believe this car does it in like 5.8 seconds, which, you know, compared to many cars in the world, this is still a pretty fast car. However, if you have experienced acceleration of 3.6 and then jump to 5.8, it's a huge difference. However, I'm still ready to trade this for the performance of the battery of this car, because with the older model, yes, it's almost 5 years old. However, I can barely go about 300 kilometers now. The degradation is almost 18% and the range is not the same as before, even though it has a bigger battery than this one. So if I'm wondering if I should change from the older model to this one, guys, even if you go with the standard range, you're still gonna have probably more juice than with the performance model from 5 years ago, at least in my experience. Now, as I said, there's many different things I can say about this car, which I love. One of them is the steering wheel. It's great. I mean, the shape feels like a little smaller. I'm not sure, maybe it's the same size, but it kind of feels smaller, which I personally like. Now, this thing, I'm with mixed feelings. Obviously, you know, I'm not in love with it. I can say this: if I'm driving on straight roads, these turn signals are mainly great. You know, I cannot complain about them a lot. However, when I start driving in the city, I would not choose to use this if I had a second option. And speaking about a second option, yep, it's coming. But until now, I've been using the sexy button right here. Many of you have been placing it. It's easy to reach. I can assign 2 actions to it, and I was changing my turn signals like this. But since we created this thing, we are testing it currently just to see how it performs. If you haven't subscribed to this channel or to our newsletter, you might miss when we're gonna announce this, and you do not want to miss it. So make sure to subscribe, because the video is coming very soon. One more thing I really enjoy in this car is that the standard range model with this car gets the ambient light in the footwell and also in the storage area, which is great to see because the older models couldn't get it. I personally love that Tesla decided even that the standard range model is gonna get this. And one more thing I want to say that I really love about this car, and you might feel like I'm crazy and make fun of me, but I love these cup holders. This is something that every car should have. If you are older model owner, you know that the cup holder looks the same. However, it doesn't have these 3 little bumps inside. And they're amazing because they are made from silicone or rubber, I'm not sure, and they're flexible. So when you put a larger or smaller bottle, they adjust based on the bottle, so the bottle stops rattling. I'm all about these small little details, and I'm enjoying using this every single time. Let's talk about 3 things that I do not like about this car. And again, my personal opinion, I know a lot of you are gonna come and start hating me for this. Number 1 is this. This and this, not ideal. Not ideal because I will show you why this is not ideal right here. Now, today is a warm, sunny day. However, winter is approaching here. So every time when I park the car right behind our offices are in this building. So when I park the car outside of the office and it gets cold, and if I have to go back to the car so I can test some feature, I'm wearing gloves because some days it's dropping below 0. I need to take off my glove so I can use this thing. Now you're gonna say, why you're not using the shift out of park feature? It is a great feature. Doesn't work on 100%, but it works most of the time. However, it's only one directional. I still need to change the gear after reversing backward and then go forward. That's how I usually park here. Can you live without it? Yep. If you live in a warmer climate, it's great. I still prefer a stock or a button in the back. And the second thing are the turn signals, which I just talked about. It's unnecessary to not have a stock. Now a lot of you are gonna jump and be like, stock is useless. Guys, this has been here for 100 years and nobody complained and said remove it. No one. It's better to have it than not to have it. Because what's next? Are we gonna remove the seat belts? I have a 20 plus years of experience driving a vehicle. I've learned using a stock, and now you want me to relearn it again, which is annoying. You know, it's not like it's hard, it's just annoying because it's a muscle memory that it's hard to lose, and sometimes you're looking for it and you need it. So I'd rather have it than not have it. The second thing I hate about this car, and when I say hate, I mean it, is the new ISA system. If you're not aware, in Europe you have this little sucker right here, which beeps at you every single time when you exceed this number by about 2 or 3 kilometers. And yes, you can mute it by just pressing on it. However, you need to do it every single time, which is annoying as hell. I'm all about safety. I'm happy they're adding features like this. However, I'm sure it's not only here in my country, it's all around the globe. There are roads that the speed sign is not the proper one. So everybody around you is driving with higher speed than you, and your car just beeps because you want to follow them. And you wonder, is there a way to maybe make it stop every single time I jump inside the car without having to press on it? Guys, we were so frustrated with this feature. We read so many emails from you that you're asking us to do that. We sat down, we put our brains into work, and we made it happen. So yes, with our official next update, this thing is gonna have a fix. So make sure to stay tuned in. And the third thing I dislike is not exactly connected to this vehicle in general, but it's connected with the entire Tesla global strategy, and it's how fast the price drops of these cars. Now, as an owner of a brand new car, you're gonna understand that 1 year later after you bought a car, to have a drop of about 8%, that's a pretty big number. So right now you can buy the same car with the same specs from the same branch for about 40,000 euros, and we bought it for 45,000 euros 1 year ago. When in general most cars, their prices are going higher, this car's price dropped. And yes, I understand that, you know, Tesla is producing more of them, they can get stuff cheaper, you know, they're optimizing everything, which is amazing because I love that more people are going to be able to get it. But you know, as an owner, you always have this one thing in your mind and be like, why did I get screwed? This is just something personal. When I saw the price of this car right now, I was shocked that it's so much cheaper, but at the same time, I'm happy for everybody that's gonna get it. And just like when I said many small things that I like about these cars, I obviously have something that I do not like in terms of nitty-gritty stuff. One thing is the noise of this sucker right here. Now, the glove box, you know, you have to open it from here. Listen how it sounds when I close it. This is crazy. It's like something is breaking even 1 year later. The second thing, which not sure anybody have actually mentioned this, I'm really confused about these seats. I actually love how comfortable they are, and I love that they're perforated. You can actually use them not only to heat them up, but also to cool them down. Maybe this is my personal problem, but when I bring this car to the car wash, especially during summer, when the car is washed, I'm not sure what kind of liquid they're using, but after the car is being washed, if I feel like the inside parts are not drying quick, so every time I jump inside the car and I turn on the seat cooling, the fans, a stinky noise starts to come out. Maybe this is my personal case, but it's unbearable sometimes, and this only happens after I get it from the car wash, by the way. Like 2-3 days later, it's great because I guess it's all dried up. In general, these are my little thoughts, what I like about this car, what I don't like about it. And by the way, I just noticed that this LED is blinking different colors. If you wonder what this is, I am not telling you because you need to subscribe to this channel because this is one of our next features. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. See you soon.